All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about something that's similar to the previous videos, or at least the previous video about curtain walls, which is called sloped glazing. Which sloped glazing, if you haven't used it before, a lot of people don't know about it, but it can be very useful for a lot of things. Sloped glazing is basically a curtain wall, but that's a roof. I think these were originally a feature that Revit released so that we could make skylights, basically a roof that's got glass, or a glass roof in general. That's what I think they're used for. But you can use them to quickly lay out beams. So if you look in our example project that comes with the downloads, you'll see there's a section called sloped glazing. And you'll see that it's basically a curtain wall that you can slope. These are tricky though. These are not a wall family, so they're not a wall family and they're not a ceiling family, they're a roof. So to find the command for sloped glazing, you would have to go to architecture, roof. You'd make the roof by footprint like you normally do. So you draw your sketch and then, in fact, I'll show you. We'll go through it in a second. But basically, if you click on sloped glazing and hit its type properties, it's going to look very familiar to the curtain wall. It's got what panel you want to fill in with. It gives you your joint condition. It gives you your grid 1 and grid 2 and your mullions 1 and mullions 2. So in a curtain wall, it's horizontal and vertical. In sloped glazing, it's grid 1, grid 2, because there's not necessarily a horizontal and vertical. There's just two different directions. And this is how you build beams. So similar to curtain walls, all this is doing is it's dividing the panel with grids, and then you can put mullions on the grids. So the mullions are the beam profile, and then the curtain panel that's inside of it is the crown molding. So this is it's a curtain panel is what it is, but it looks like crown molding so that you can put crown around your beams. So if you've started to learn about curtain walls, you should be able to figure this out fairly easily. It's a little bit simpler version of a curtain wall mixed with a ceiling. So let's go to our test project. Let's grab this and copy it in to our test project. And let's put beams in this room, or let's put beams in this middle room. Okay, I'm going to go to the first floor. And like I said before, you're not going to find this under ceilings. You're going to have to go to the roof command for this. And you're going to do roof by footprint. And then this should be familiar. You're just going to draw the sketch of your roof. And then we're going to remove the slopes. We don't want any slopes. And then we're going to hit finish. And then when we look in 3D, it built us a roof that's on the floor. So we need to offset this from the floor 9 feet. And now all we have to do is use the match command and turn that that roof into sloped glazing. Now you can see it's built in our entire ceiling for us with crown molding and everything. It's just that quick. And again, if you want to start playing with settings, we could come in here and we could change maybe one direction. We want it to be 4-foot spacing. Well, that was probably the wrong direction. Let's make it 5 feet in that direction. Click OK. You can see you can start to get different results. You can also come in here. Maybe you don't want crown molding. Maybe you just want plain beams. So then you'll just remove the curtain panel and replace it with none. So no panel. Click OK. Oh, did I do that right? Oh, okay. This isn't quite like, let's see, let's put empty and click OK. Yeah, sorry, we had to pick empty. And now it's just plain beams. And it also functions like a curtain wall in that if you pick one of these mullions, you can make one direction a priority over the other. And the bonus is you can also slope it if you want. So if we come back here, edit the sketch, we can put a slope on that edge. Like if you had a vaulted ceiling, maybe you have a 412, you can then slope them. All right, so that's it. That's really as complicated as it gets. I'm sure when you go to put this in your project, you're going to encounter some things. There are some specialty cases or whatnot. You're just going to be patient and learn to use the sloped glazing, and it can probably solve your issue, or use a different method. That's why we gave you so many different tools, and hopefully there's a method that I've taught you in a previous video or one to follow that will work for you. Okay, good luck.